The silent deception. The stars had never seemed so cold to Captain Maya Chen as she stared through the viewport of her small scout vessel. Humanity had been part of the Galactic Council for nearly 30 years, yet they were still treated like children who had stumbled onto the playground of giants. The Council, a confederation of 12 advanced species, had welcomed Earth with grand ceremonies and promises of shared knowledge, but something had always felt off about their hospitality. Maya's vessel drifted silently in the shadow of Europa, Jupiter's ice-covered moon. She wasn't supposed to be here. According to her official orders, she was conducting routine maintenance on communications satellites near Mars. But the encrypted message she'd received 3 days ago had changed everything. "You were right," the message had said. "They've been lying from the beginning. Proof is on Europa Station. Come alone." The sender was Dr. Elias Morgan, her former mentor and one of the first humans to work directly with the Council scientists. He had disappeared 6 months ago, with the Council claiming he had requested reassignment to a research outpost in a distant system. Maya had never believed it. As Europa Station came into view, Maya activated her ship's stealth systems, technology that, officially, humans weren't supposed to have. The Archids, the most technologically advanced species on the Council, had been quite clear about which technologies they were willing to share with Earth. Stealth systems weren't on that list, but humans had never been good at staying within the lines others drew for them. The station appeared deserted as Maya docked her vessel. The emergency lights cast an eerie blue glow over the empty corridors. Something was wrong. Europa Station was supposed to house at least 30 researchers, a mix of humans and Council scientists studying the moon's subsurface ocean. "Elias," Maya called out, her voice echoing through the empty halls. "It's Maya. I got your message." No response came, but her scanner detected a faint power signature from the central laboratory. As she approached, the doors slid open automatically, revealing a scene of destruction. Equipment was smashed, data terminals torn from walls. In the center of the chaos stood a single intact terminal, its screen glowing with an active display. Maya approached cautiously, her hand resting on her sidearm. The screen showed a map of Earth with hundreds of points marked across its surface. Each point was labeled with a code she didn't recognize, but the pattern was clear. They were evenly distributed across every continent, with higher concentrations near major cities and water sources. "They're not research outposts," came a weak voice from behind a toppled storage unit. "They're preparation sites." Maya rushed to find Elias slumped against the wall, clutching his side where dark blood seeped through his fingers. His face was pale, his breathing labored. "Elias, what happened? Who did this to you?" "Council enforcers," he gasped. "I discovered their plans. They'd been preparing for decades, Maya. Even before first contact. Earth wasn't discovered. It was targeted." Maya helped Elias to a chair, quickly applying emergency medical nanogle to his wound. "Targeted for what?" "Resource extraction on a planetary scale," Elias said, wincing as the nanogle spread across his injury. "The official reports about Earth being a Class 3 developing world are lies. Our planet is unique, Maya. Earth has the highest concentration of rare biological compounds in the known galaxy, compounds they need." Maya stared at the screen, the implications sinking in. The Council's technology gifts, the cultural exchange programs, all part of the deception. They've been cataloging our resources while pretending to help us advance. Those markers on the map. They're not outposts. They're extraction points. Once they're activated, they'll begin harvesting Earth's biosphere. The process will render the planet uninhabitable within a decade. Maya's blood ran cold. When? The final preparations are already underway. Full activation is scheduled for next month during the Council Summit on Earth, what they're calling a celebration of 30 years of human membership. Elias coughed, blood speckling his lips. "I tried to warn the leadership, but the Council has agents throughout our government. They intercepted my communications." Maya downloaded the data from the terminal to her secure drive. "We need to get this to people we can trust." "Admiral Takano, maybe." He always questioned the Council's generosity. "There's more," Elias said, his voice weakening. "Access code Prometheus 7 Alpha." Maya entered the code, and the screen changed to show schematics for a device, unlike anything she had seen before. "What am I looking at?" "The Council's greatest fear," Elias said with a hint of satisfaction. "Each Council species has been strategically limited in their technological development. The Archids have advanced AI, but limited biological science. The Vec have mastered biological engineering but lack sophisticated propulsion systems. It's how the Council maintains balance and control. But humans, we're unpredictable. We advance in all directions simultaneously. What you're looking at is a prototype for a quantum field generator that would render their harvesting technology useless. I've been working on it in secret with a team of trusted scientists. The components are scattered across 5 locations. Instructions for assembly are included in the data package." A distant alarm began to sound. Elias grabbed Maya's arm with surprising strength. "They found us. You need to go. Now, get the data to Takano. Warn Earth." "I'm not leaving you," Maya insisted, trying to help him stand. "You have to," Elias said, pushing a small device into her hand. "This is the activation key for the prototype. Without it, the quantum field generator can't be activated. Now go." The station shuddered as a ship docked on the opposite side. Council enforcers would be swarming the station within minutes. "Maya," Elias said as she reluctantly headed for the door, "remember what makes humans different. We don't just adapt, we fight back." Maya sprinted through the corridors back to her ship, the data secure in her possession. As she disengaged from the docking port, she saw another vessel approaching, sleek and predatory, bearing the insignia of the Council Enforcement Division. They hadn't spotted her yet, thanks to her ship's stealth systems. Her mind raced as she plotted a course back to Earth. The Council had been deceiving humanity for 30 years, positioning themselves to strip Earth of its resources while maintaining a facade of benevolence. And in less than a month, they would begin the final phase of their plan. But they had made a critical mistake. They had underestimated humanity's capacity for ingenuity and resistance. They had crossed a line, and now they would face humanity's fury. Maya's ship accelerated away from Europa, staying in the shadow of Jupiter to avoid detection. She had to reach Admiral Takano, one of the few high-ranking officials who had always maintained a healthy skepticism about the Council's intentions. With his help, and the data she now possessed, they might have a chance to save Earth. The journey back was tense. Maya expected Council ships to intercept her at any moment, but her stealth technology held. As Earth came into view, its blue sphere seeming more precious than ever, she encrypted a tight beam transmission to Admiral Takano's private channel. "Admiral, this is Captain Chen. I have critical information regarding Council operations on Earth. Request immediate secure meeting. Authentication code, Thermopylae." The response came almost immediately. "Approach Anchorage Base, dock at Bay 7. Come alone." Anchorage Base was a small, unofficial facility built into an asteroid in Earth orbit. Originally designated as a monitoring station, it had become Takano's private command center, operating outside the usual chains of command. If there was anywhere they could speak freely, it would be there. As Maya docked her vessel, she noted the heightened security, twice the normal complement of guards, all armed with non-standard weapons. News of her discovery must have already reached some ears. Admiral Takano met her in a secure briefing room, his weathered face grave. "Captain Chen, I received word from our operative on Europa Station, Dr. Morgan. Dead or captured by now," Maya said, the grief hitting her anew. "But not before he gave me this." She transferred the data to Takano's secure system. As the Admiral reviewed the information, his expression darkened. 30 years of lies," he muttered, "and we invited them in with open arms." "We still have a chance," Maya said. Elias developed a countermeasure, a quantum field generator that could neutralize their extraction technology. The components are hidden in 5 locations. We need to retrieve them and assemble the device before the Council Summit. Takeno nodded slowly. This goes beyond anything I anticipated. We'll need to move carefully. We don't know how many in our own government are compromised. What about the planetary defense forces, the space fleet? The Council made sure our military remained limited, supposedly to prevent aggressive expansion. We have 50 ships that could be considered combat-capable against the Council's thousands. Takano brought up a display showing Earth's defenses, but we have something they don't know about. The display shifted to show an installation built into the dark side of the moon, a massive array of what appeared to be weapon platforms. Project Sentinel, Takano explained. Officially, these are deep space monitoring stations. Unofficially, they're a planetary defense grid we've been building for the last decade. The Council believes we dismantled our more advanced weapons systems as part of our membership agreement. In reality, we've been improving them in secret. Maya stared at the display in disbelief. How did you manage to hide this from them? The same way you hid your ship's stealth systems, Takano said with a grim smile. Humans are very good at keeping secrets when necessary. A small group of us never fully trusted the Council's benevolence. We've been preparing for a day we hoped would never come. He turned to Maya, his expression resolute. Captain Chen, I'm promoting you to commander, effective immediately. Your mission is to retrieve the components for Dr. Morgan's quantum field generator. I'll assemble a team of our most trusted operators to assist you, and Elias's team, the scientists who helped develop the technology. We'll extract them if possible, but our primary objective must be the device itself. Without it, Earth doesn't stand a chance. Takano's gaze returned to the display, where the Council's extraction points glowed like a deadly web across Earth's surface. We have less than a month to save our world, Commander. It's time to show the Council exactly what happens when they cross the line with humanity. As Maya left to prepare for her mission, she felt the weight of responsibility settling on her shoulders. The coming days would determine the fate of Earth and humanity's place in the galaxy. The Council had deceived them, planned to exploit them, and believed humans would be too weak to resist. They were about to learn how wrong they were. The Reckoning. An emergency session of the Galactic Council convened in their orbital headquarters above the gleaming world of Centus Prime. The 12 representatives of the galaxy's most powerful species sat in their traditional circle, but the usual decorum had been shattered by the urgent news. How is this possible? Demanded Archdelegate Vorux of the Archids, his crystalline form pulsing with agitated light. We were assured that human technological development was contained. High Counselor Thrix of the Vec clicked her mandibles in irritation. Our intelligence indicated they had no knowledge of our extraction plans. Their compliance has been total for 30 years. Evidently not, said Elder Call, the ancient Morvellian who had served on the Council for over a century. His eyes, like pools of liquid mercury, reflected the star map showing Earth's system. Reports confirmed that Dr. Morgan transmitted data to a human captain before our enforcers could neutralize him. The security of Operation Harvest is compromised. Then we accelerate the timeline, Vorux stated, his tone leaving no room for debate. The extraction points are already in place. We can begin the process immediately, before they can mount any meaningful resistance. The humans have proven more resourceful than anticipated, cautioned Call. Our containment protocols have failed. We should consider the possibility that they have developed countermeasures. Impossible, scoffed Thrix. Their technological level remains centuries behind our own. They possess nothing that could interfere with our extraction technology. As the debate continued, none of the Council members noticed the small maintenance drone in the corner of the chamber, a drone that was transmitting every word of their deliberation to a secure receiver on Earth. Commander Maya Chen stood in the center of Admiral Takano's war room, surrounded by holographic displays tracking the movement of Council ships. Over the past 3 weeks, She had led missions to retrieve all 5 components of Dr. Morgan's quantum field generator. The missions had cost lives. Good people who had sacrificed themselves to ensure humanity's survival. The Council has moved up their timeline, reported Lieutenant Commander Raj Singh, their intelligence specialist. Our drone in their central chamber confirms they plan to activate the extraction points within 24 hours. Maya studied the tactical display. Where are we with the quantum field generator? Final assembly is complete, said Dr. Amara Wilson, one of the scientists from Elias's original team. We've installed it in the lunar facility as planned. Once activated, it will create a field that renders their extraction technology inert, but only within Earth's orbit. It won't protect our colonies or outposts. One battle at a time. Admiral Takano said grimly. What's the status of our fleet? All 50 combat vessels are in position, reported Captain Yoshi Tanaka, their tactical officer. We've also armed every civilian ship with sufficient power systems to carry our new weapons. That gives us an additional 300 vessels, though many are little more than armed transports. And the Sentinel array. Online and ready. We've disguised the power signatures as routine maintenance. The Council doesn't suspect they're fully operational weapon systems. Maya looked at the gathered faces. Earth's last line of defense. What about civilian evacuation? Impossible on a global scale, Admiral Takano said, his voice heavy. We've moved as many people as we could to underground shelters near the extraction points, but most of Earth's population remains vulnerable. If we fail, billions will die as the Council strips our world of its resources. The room fell silent as the enormity of their situation sank in. Then Maya spoke, her voice steady. The Council believes humans are predictable and easily controlled. They've spent 30 years studying us, categorizing us, determining our strengths and weaknesses. But they've missed something fundamental about our species. She looked at each person in the room. When cornered, humans don't surrender. We evolve. We adapt. We find solutions where none should exist. She activated a holographic display showing Earth surrounded by the approaching Council fleet, nearly 1,000 vessels of various classes. They outnumber us 20 to 1 in ships, and their technology is superior in most respects. But they've never faced a unified Earth fighting for its survival. Today, we show them what that means. High above Earth, the Council fleet emerged from hyperspace in perfect formation. At their center was the Harbinger, the massive command vessel carrying the Council delegates who had come to witness the beginning of Earth's harvest. On the bridge of the Harbinger, Archdelegate Vorux studied the blue planet with cold calculation. Status of the extraction grid. All points are online and synchronized, reported his chief technician. The humans appear to be unaware of our arrival. Their orbital traffic continues normally. And their military vessels, scattered throughout their system. Their largest concentration is near their moon, but they pose no threat to our operation. Vorux nodded in satisfaction. Begin the activation sequence. I want the first wave of resources processed and ready for transport within the hour. Throughout Earth's atmosphere, the hidden extraction points began to power up, their energy signatures suddenly visible as they prepared to begin harvesting the planet's unique biological compounds. But as they reached full power, something unexpected happened. "Sir," called the technician, his voice rising in alarm. "The extraction points. They're not responding to the activation signal." Vorux's crystalline form pulsed with anger. "Explain." "Some kind of interference field is blocking our control frequencies. It's emanating from the far side of their moon." Before Vorux could respond, alerts blared across the bridge. Multiple weapons signatures detected. The humans. They're attacking. From her position on the bridge of the EDF Defiance, Commander Maya Chen watched as Earth's hidden defenses revealed themselves. The Sentinel array on the moon's dark side powered up, massive energy weapons swiveling to target the Council fleet. Simultaneously, the 50 military vessels under Admiral Takano's command emerged from hiding, their newly upgraded weapon systems coming online. All ships, this is Commander Chen. Execute Operation Reckoning. The human fleet accelerated toward the Council Armada, their trajectories calculated to maximize the effectiveness of their limited numbers. From Earth's surface, hundreds of missiles launched, each carrying a payload designed specifically to counter Council shield technology. The Council fleet, caught off guard by the unexpected resistance, scrambled to form defensive positions. Their superior technology should have made the battle short and decisive, but the human attack had been planned meticulously, exploiting weaknesses the Council didn't know they had. First wave of missiles impacting in 3, 2, 1, reported Captain Tanaka. The space around the Council ships erupted in brilliant flashes as the missiles detonated, releasing electromagnetic pulses calibrated to disrupt their shield harmonics. Dozens of smaller Council vessels went dark, their systems temporarily disabled. Sentinel array is firing, reported Lieutenant Commander Singh. From the moon, massive energy beams lanced out, striking the larger Council vessels with devastating precision. The Council fleet responded with their own weapons, but they were firing blindly, confused by the sudden appearance of Earth's defenses. On the bridge of the Harbinger, chaos reigned. "How is this possible?" demanded Vorax as his ship shuddered under another impact. "Their weapons shouldn't be able to penetrate our shields. They've been studying us," Elder Call said quietly, watching the battle unfold. "For 30 years, we thought we were analyzing them. But they were learning our weaknesses. We've underestimated them, catastrophically." "Deploy the Nexus weapon," Vorax ordered, his voice cold. "If we cannot harvest their world, we will make an example of them." On the Defiance, alarms blared as sensors detected a massive energy buildup within the Harbinger. "They're charging something big," reported Singh. "Energy readings are off the charts." Maya's mind raced. This had to be the superweapon intelligence had hinted at but never confirmed, a weapon capable of rendering a planet's surface sterile. "All ships, focus fire on the Harbinger," she ordered. "We need to take it out before they can deploy that weapon." The human fleet converged on the Council flagship, pouring all available firepower into its shields. The Harbinger's defenses held, but the energy buildup for the Nexus weapon slowed. "We're not making enough impact," Tanaka reported. "Their shields are adapting to our weapons." Maya made a decision. "Admiral, I'm taking the Defiance in closer. We'll deploy the prototype directly." "That's a one-way trip, Commander," Takano warned. "The prototype was never meant to be used at point-blank range." "It's our only option," Maya replied. "If that weapon fires, Earth dies." Without waiting for further debate, Maya ordered the Defiance into a direct intercept course with the Harbinger. The prototype, a smaller version of the quantum field generator, had been installed in the ship's core. At close range, it would create a field that would not just disable the Council's technology, but cause a catastrophic overload in their power systems. "All non-essential personnel to escape pods," Maya ordered. "Remaining crew, prepare for impact." The Defiance accelerated toward the massive Council flagship, evading the desperate fire from its defense systems. All around them, the battle raged as Earth's fleet fought with unexpected ferocity against the technologically superior invaders. On the Harbinger's bridge, Vorax watched in disbelief as the human vessel approached on a collision course. "Destroy that ship," he commanded. "We're trying," his weapons officer responded, "but their trajectory is too erratic. They're flying directly into our defensive fire." Elder Cal moved to Vorax's side. "This is why we should have studied them more carefully. Humans don't follow predictable patterns when survival is at stake. They'll sacrifice themselves if necessary." The Defiance closed the final distance. It toll-scorched and breached in dozens of places from the Harbinger's weapons. On the bridge, Maya activated the prototype. "For Earth," she said quietly, and pressed the activation key Elias had given her. The quantum field generator pulsed once, twice, and then erupted in a sphere of blue-white energy that engulfed both ships. The Harbinger's systems went haywire as the field disrupted every piece of technology on board. The Nexus weapon, nearly charged to full power, collapsed in on itself, creating a chain reaction that tore through the massive vessel. Maya felt the defiance breaking apart around her as the prototype's energy field expanded beyond its design parameters. In her final moments, she smiled. They had shown the Council exactly what humanity was capable of when pushed too far. In the aftermath of what would become known as the Battle of Earth, the Galactic Council faced a reality they had never anticipated. Their fleet was in ruins, their leadership decimated, and their carefully constructed hierarchy of power shattered. In the rebuilding that followed, a new council emerged, one that included human representatives as equals rather than subjects. The deception that had defined the old order was replaced by transparency and genuine cooperation. Admiral Takano stood in the new council chamber on Earth, looking out at the stars that had once seemed so threatening. Commander Chen's sacrifice changed everything, he said to the gathered representatives of a dozen species. She showed the galaxy that humanity will not be exploited or controlled. We seek partnership, not domination, but we will fight with everything we have when threatened. Elder Kahl, one of the few original council members to survive, nodded in agreement. We crossed a line with humanity, and they responded with a fury that shocked us all. It is a lesson the galaxy will not soon forget. As the new council began its work, Earth's place in the galactic community was transformed. No longer viewed as a primitive world to be harvested, humanity had earned respect through its resistance and resilience. The extraction points that had once threatened Earth's existence were repurposed as joint research facilities, where humans and aliens worked together to develop technologies that would benefit all species. The quantum field generator, refined and improved, became a cornerstone of new defensive systems designed to protect worlds rather than exploit them. And in orbit above Earth, a memorial station was built at the site where the Defiance and the Harbinger had been destroyed. Its simple inscription, visible to all ships approaching Earth, served as both a tribute and a warning. They crossed the line. Humanity's fury shocked the galaxy. Remember,